everybody's enjoying their weekend. It's been a while. Since I've last done a video or stream or done anything really with anybody else. I figured I'd start back off with the rambling with the chaotic mind. There's been a lot of things going through my mind and head here of late. But let me make sure I've got audio going. Yeah, audio's going. Share the link, give me a few, and we can put this show on the road. Like I said, it's been a while. And as we know, the last few times I have been on, I just wasn't feeling it. Kind of very negative mindset, state, whatever. And honestly, my mood hasn't really changed much. For various reasons, and mainly it's the state of things. It really is the state of affairs that we currently see ourselves in. You know, it's not so much. I've tuned out a lot of things. I've cut out quite a little bit of social media. Actually, I cut out pretty much all of it. I might pop on from there, but other than that, I've been, as the old saying, been all work no play. As we know, earlier in the year, plagued with health issues. I'm great now, feeling a lot better, feeling myself. But I dug myself a hole with those and stuff that just now I got one more payment to make on my internet though. It's the only back bill I got. Then a couple of minor credit cards to get them caught back up. I missed roughly about a month and half of work, and it all added up to when I was finally feeling better and working and getting things over. Doctor decided to punish me because I was up on points, which is their policy, and they were right to do so. But I had half a week's check docked. My pay docked put down for minimum wage, which had a bunch of overtime, and it added almost another month's worth of playing catch up on bills. So I wasn't the happiest camper in the world. One, I don't like being in debt, don't like owing people. I've been frustrated with my job. I'm frustrated with a lot of things in life. But the most frustrating thing is, hey, I've got to be making good money right now, but yet I'm not because of the prices of everything's skyrocketed through the roof. I mean, I bought four things. Let me see. Well, here's what I bought yesterday. I bought, I can't remember what they're called, but I basically bought 4 bags of frozen type foods that can be cooked that are ready to serve meals. 2 cases of pop, case of water. There's the water here that will make you sick if you drink it. And that came to almost $70. For 7 items, $70. And you figure in the $70 that I had to put in for gas, plus the first of the month's bill, which, hey, I made a decision when I bought all, I own the couch, everything in here except for the entertainment system that I have in the washer and dryer, which I got through Rent-A-Center. Well, they decided to hit me with a loophole. They changed my payments from the middle of the month to the first of the month, which is first of the month is when my rent's due, $650 for rent. Well, I can't pay that when I make exactly $660. So, you're not making it. I'm not making it from check to check. Literally, I'm just scrounging at the bottom, being able to buy 4 or 5 things to get through the weekend. And it's frustrating, but I'm not the only one that's struggling. I'm lucky I don't have to support a family. I couldn't imagine if I had to support a kid or 2, a wife, a girlfriend for bed. That's expensive. I haven't been able to buy a bottle of liquor in 6 months. That's probably not a bad thing. Not don't get drunk. Still got liquor. Okay. Just stock up on some things. But it's, I'm out of all the good stuff, so, or anything I would care to drink, but, you get to a point where you got to put your priorities straight. Needs over wants. If there's a want, I don't need it. I don't need that. I probably don't need the pot, but I enjoy it. It's not a need. If I have to go without, I go without. Water is a necessity, so yes. But now that I'm kind of caught back up, I'll be able to. Well, first priority is rebuild the bank account, get it back to where I've got a cushion back up, which is hard these days. I mean, I'm watching people that are retired getting back in the workforce because they can't make it on their Social Security checks. Because they can't afford the price to go to the grocery store and the gas to go to the grocery store to pay their bills. Social Security is a joke. What they get a month doesn't cover the cost of living right now. And that's what's got me frustrated. That's what's got me angry, mad, pissed off. Seeing our country being systematically destroyed by our current administration. And I'm the type of person that likes to sit back and observe, watch. I don't want to watch the echo chambers of social media. It's the same shit, different day. Everybody's talking about the same shit. They're not out there talking about the things they're seeing and experiencing. They're just repeating what they see on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Yes, there's some great topics out there. There's some good conversation, but it's the same echoing things. No, kudos to Nancy Pelosi. She went to Taiwan. She's got more balls than our president, honestly. But I mean, under this administration, Americans weak. We're viewed weak. I mean, I've talked about it time and time again. We have a president who can't be trusted in policies regarding anything dealing with Ukraine, China, because of his son's involvement in things. I mean, he could be, as far as all we know, he's being blackmailed and running this country into the ground. Which, we see that. We're in a recession that they don't want to call a recession. They gaslight it. They use different terminology. But just this week alone, all of a sudden, monkeypox is a thing. We got to declare a health epidemic, or we need to prepare and set measures into place. The funny thing is, our so-called President Biden, has had COVID twice within the last couple of weeks. But yet he's fully vaccinated. I'll tell you who's got more fucking balls than our president, Tim Pool. He put a fucking 70-foot or 90-foot billboard in Times Square of his fucking cock. Let's talk about balls. All pun intended. He put his fucking rooster billboard for advertising Chicken City on a billboard. He put his cock on a billboard. Fucking hilarious. But he doesn't have the balls to say cock, referring to his rooster that he put up on Times Square to advertise Chicken City. Politically correct, family show, I get it, but for all the bitching and moaning, people complain about censorship, about not being able to say certain things. I'm over it. I'll never beat around the bush around here. I ain't politically correct. I can cuss and swear like a sailor at times, a lot of times, even though in the past I tried to keep it down to a minimum or not do it. But there's just sometimes you just got to use colorful language to get your points across. I mean, there's just so much. I mean, people start to see it. I hear more people talking. People that normally wouldn't talk politics or talk about things that they don't disagree. They're starting to talk more and more. We're starting to realize, hey, we've been deceived, misled by the media. Countless. But do they get drugged through a civil court and sued out the ass? Or, as they put it, we want to destroy you so you have no platform, so you can't afford to even produce your show. I'd like to see what just happened to Alex Jones happen to CNN, MSNBC, for everything they've got wrong. And held accountable and sued until they're bankrupt. But it won't happen because they're protected by the government. Why? Because Obama made sure that propaganda was legal. False information to use as propaganda is legal by our news agencies. Even Fox does it. So I don't believe a damn thing any of them say. Nor should you. You want to hit them where it hurts the most? Don't tune into their channels. You want to hit them where it hurts the most? Find me platforms, YouTube, D Live. I'm not a fan of D Live, but hey, if you want to go there, go there. Rumble. Start making your own content. Speak in your own voice. Don't be scared and afraid to be censored, to be canceled, to be shut down, removed. Create a new account and go right back at it. But most people, no, they don't want to deal with the drama. They don't want to deal with it. We're going to create an after-hours show so we can talk about these things and just put it up on our website. It's all fine and dandy. You're recording it and click to be able to embed it on your website. Hey, I want to do something like that. Simple enough. I don't need to upload it to here or to Rumble, and I'm not going to pay to play over on Rumble. Never going to happen. I shouldn't have to. One, I can't afford to pay and play anywhere right now. Nobody can. Not unless you're raking in the money. If you can afford billboards, I guess you can afford to pay Rumble and other places. But most, the everyday, common people, our everyday workers, we the people, can't afford to do things like that. We got to live by true grassroots, using what we have available to us, using the means that we can do, whether it be just while standing in line at wherever you're at, striking up a conversation. At work, striking up a conversation. You know, in work right now, I don't care what the numbers came out and said. I work in the factories. Those numbers are fictitious and lies. Flat out, not truthful, because it's not what's happening in the workplace. Here's what's happening in the workplace. You'll hire 10 people. 5 of them will show up and maybe make it through the first day. The second day, you might only have 2 left out of that 5 that come back. And maybe one of them will actually stay for a month or so. It's been like that since after the shutdowns and lockdowns of COVID. At least now we're starting to get more people coming in, but I mean, it's actually the market out there is for the people that want better pay. Because everybody's increased their wages. I work at a factory that increased their wages because they wanted to grow up, get more people to work. They didn't have a choice. Nobody was coming to our place to work because they can get paid somewhere else twice as much. I mean, we got places that are now paying up to $25 for people to work, starting off. Now, truthfully, you got to really love your job and your benefits to stay where you're at when you can go somewhere else and make $3 to $5 more. That's the state of things we're in right now, which makes a lot of factories are hurting right now because they can't. A lot of factories can't afford to increase pay when they lose their contracts to Ford, which happened to a company, Howard & Sons, which affects us because we painted their parts. Outrageous gas prices and diesel prices affected how much inventory was coming into places. Oh, we can't be coming in 3 or 4 times a day, dropping off, picking up. We're going to do it once a week. Oh, we can't afford to come in every week, so we're going to come in every 2 weeks. This is the shit that's happening right now. Why? Because of what our administration did. Oh, then we're going to sell off our reserves, and China's going to buy it out because it's at a very cheap rate. Well, we shouldn't have sold off our reserves to begin with. And never should we have allowed it to be manipulated and the price to be tanked. But hey, our administration did it. They're always putting another country, another nation above we the people. And that's what pisses me off. What this administration has blatantly done in the last 10 years. Right in front of our faces. But things were good when Trump was in office. No, they were not. Most of his term was with Congress trying to impeach him. What did they do for we the people? How long did it take them to give you $600 around Christmas time to decide, well, let's just give them $600? That most people didn't see and had to get it from the file when they filed their taxes in January to get it in February or March, or however long it took you to get it. Didn't help you back in December, now did it? But they wanted to send billions to Ukraine within days, passed instantly. Mind you, Ukraine's not an allied nation, isn't part of NATO, isn't allied with us in any shape, way, or form. That should make everyone sick. We got these primaries going. I keep hearing, oh, we're going to have a red wave. What good is a red wave if we keep putting the same people with the same mindset back into office? Go through my videos, you'll find it. I don't know what it was titled. I don't know if it was one of the, if it's not all things glitter is gold, or wolves in sheep clothing, something along those lines. I've discussed this, what was going to happen. We're going to have Democrats switch party lines, come in as Republicans, and we're still going to have the same song and dance because people aren't going to do their research. Well, people don't got time, especially now that everybody's struggling. We're more worried about what's happening right here in our own homes. I don't got time to worry about what this politician is going to do come re-election. But a lot of people probably just ain't going to go out and vote because of that fed up with the system. That's not a good thing either. But I've also stated, yes, we need change. But the change has to start first in our own homes, then in our communities, then at the state level, before we can affect the federal level. We need serious changes. We need serious changes when there is questions about our elections. When we've had court rulings on the matter that basically Pennsylvania elections weren't right. But because it took all the way to February, March, or when the ruling finally came out, it was too late because January 6th. The stuff has to be in the courts, not held up, immediately ruled upon before January. There's a big flaw in that system because then that information comes out and we know it, or we set the precedent that it's just not January 6th where we'll make that decision. If the court case is heard and there's found to be something wrong with our electrical system or the electoral system and voting procedures, then they should have the right to bring it right back up and have another round in the House to determine if it was enough to affect the election. But that's water in the bridge because the laws ain't changed. Those rulings basically don't mean anything because they weren't ruled upon by January 6th. Which therefore means Biden is our president, and Congress deemed there was no tampering of the election because there was no proof at the time, just hearsay, because no courts has ruled on the matter. I'll tell you what, Biden is not my fucking president. He is a treasonous tyrant. His whole administration, his whole Congress is. There ain't a good apple in that bunch. The whole thing has rotted to the core. Oh, but I don't care. No. That politician's doing something, they be telling you, I'll give you an example. Margaret Taylor Greene. She might be the exception to the rule, except saying it on Tim Pool doesn't get you outside the echo chamber. It doesn't get you heard by everybody. And what she said on there was important. It pissed me right the fuck off. It pissed everybody off once I let them listen to it. To realize what our Congress ain't doing. And they're not doing the jobs we put them in there for. How one majority, whoever has the majority of the time, basically controls it, yays and nays, because it's yay, we win, or nay, we win, because we're the majority, because nobody's coming in to hear or vote. If more American people, American citizens, heard what she said on Tim Pool, they'd be outraged. But you're stuck in the echo chambers. You should be up screaming it to the masses. Tell you what, Fox would have. Oh wait, Fox didn't pick that up, but Fox does watch and monitor Tim Pool. They didn't say boo about it. Why? Well, because it undermines the Republicans. When they have the power, they do the same damn thing. Right from the horse's mouth. Doesn't matter who has the majority, they do the same thing. Our congressmen and women should be reading every bill, every page. Oh, wait. Oh, we only got this amount of time. Oh, I got something to do. I'd rather be here. I'd rather just proxy my vote so I can go play golf, or I go to Florida and live it up while my state's under lockdown and mask mandates. Oh, now the talk. AOC. You know what? I think that would be funny. It would finally prove that the casting couch works. Let's keep it real. Sure, nominate your casting couch for as your nominee for president. But the scary part of the whole scenario is people would vote for her. She's young. She's charismatic. She plays dumb and ignorant. She's controversial. She's liked. And if you ever actually sat down and listened to some of the things, sometimes when she's introducing things or pointing things out, the only problem the bitch has, she doesn't know how to shut her stupid mouth when she makes a good point. And the good point gets drowned out by her rambling on and bringing up other nonsense. Which I think she does intentional. I'm sorry. I mean, we had Supreme Court justices being threatened. That's the state of things right now, where our Supreme Court justice, any justices, we heard it kind of happening in the Rittenhouse case, and there was a couple cases that were going on during that where they were outside in front of the judge's house, which is illegal. Just like it's illegal to intimidate the jury or the witnesses. I don't get how people can say and keep seeing this happen in front of them and turn a blind eye. They're scared. Well, they probably should be. We've been threatened with being labeled as domestic terrorists. I mean, they wanted to label terrorists as domestic terrorists because they oppose school boards. We see what's happened with some of the people from January 6th. And yes, there's some people that did take part in January 6th that deserves to be in jail. Some. Many of which aren't even behind bars right now. The ones that are being denied due process, being denied a right to a speedy trial. Well, if you want to be truthful to which nobody else wants to be, nobody else wants to call it for what it is, well, technically they can be detained indefinitely. Why? Because they're labeling them as domestic terrorists. They might not be coming out right out and saying it, but that's how they're being treated. Which should piss everybody off. There's been a few cases that's been won. Why? Because cops let them in. Yeah, come on in. Open the doors for them. Right there alone to get everybody off the hook. But it hasn't. I mean, justice is truly blind. Everybody knows that. Only the rich get away with things. Everyday people like me and you who get the book thrown at us. We'll be fined, put on probation. Oh, you didn't pay your fine. We're going to send you to jail because you didn't pay your fine. Now you're in the system. And that system is a revolving door that's meant to keep you in the system. But we gave you a new label. You're a criminal. You've been in jail. Now we can affect the places you can work, things you can do, places you can go. Oh, cop runs your life. Oh, you've been convicted. Oh, let's go harass you. Let's go pull you over. Just because. Probable cause? Oh, you're in this area and you've been arrested, so. But yet the real crooks and criminals are the ones who have elected, where the rules and laws don't apply to them. And they change them and make them up as they go to protect themselves. All the while, they're making millions, which is impossible, with the salary that they're being paid. They shouldn't be millionaires over a year, become millionaires within a year or two. AOC went from not being able to afford to go to D.C., her words, not mine. I can't afford to live there. I need more pay. I need more money. To wearing lavishly expensive dress suits, expensive jewelry, watches, traveling to Florida to have cocktails, drinks, traveling the world. Well, I don't know if she's ever traveled the world, but you know what I mean. She's traveled more than she probably ever did while she was bartending and sitting on a casting couch, spreading her legs. No pun intended, but that's what casting couches are for, right? You've all heard the stories. I mean, we live in a day and age where probably shouldn't get here. But it's the other thing. It's the state of things is that it's okay for drag queens to put on shows for kids to go to libraries and read to them. I mean, God, if I was fucking a parent and you did that to my kid, I would be suing just not the school board, but anybody that allowed it to happen. Child made a whole list of things that can be fought in court. We've lost our fucking morals. Some of you have lost your fucking scruples. Many of you lost your fucking backbones. Truly, we've lost our morals. We've lost our morals and ethics. Why? Well, I can see why. Oh, you can't say this. This person will be offended. You have to use these proper pronouns. You have to address this person by this. It's gotten ridiculous. People are scared to open their mouths, and that's what they want. But like I've always said, people learn from history. Either we destroy and remove certain things from history so people become ignorant to it and don't know. We rewrite the textbooks. Every country learned from Hitler and the Nazis. And they have expanded and improved upon those tactics. I've talked about it various times. During that time, it was the Great Race. Oh, now you're being racist. Oh, damn. And that's the problem. People don't know how to shut up and listen. Yes, I said it, the Great Race. It was actually a military term because it was the militaries of every country of our allies racing to get to Germany first to get the scientists, the top SS officers, people that were behind the mechanism of things, to pull off the best scientists for their country, to train our CIA, our FBI, to become part of NASA. And we did. We went and got their scientists. We brought them here. Europe, Britain, the UK, whatever you want to call it, brought them to their country. And look what we have now. Look at our intelligence agencies, how corrupt they are. Oh no, it's coming for me. Doubt that. I'm not an easy person to track down. One of the funny things about living where I live right now, you get a lot of, you hear a lot of sirens throughout the day and night. You know, expressway being, or the interstate being just a few miles down the road, the town being a few miles the other way. Yeah, you hear a lot of sirens around here. Good deal. The irony of it, I've been good at it. Most people don't know where I'm at any given time. And, I've kind of gotten bad at it. Occasionally, a few people gotta track me down. Hey, you okay? You still alive? Yeah, just dropped off the face of the earth. Or depends. What's your definition of alive? Define alive for me. I'd much rather blend into my surroundings than you not see me. A lot easier to observe things that way. Huh? Observe things I have, which is just added fuel to the fire that's already burning inside. Because I'm tired of seeing the direction our country's going. I'm tired of the division that this happened, the fear, the control. I'm tired of seeing people treated like slaves, like second-class citizens. I'm tired of seeing the manipulation, the psychological warfare, brainwashing that's going on. Things we used to talk about a lot on this channel, we got away from it. We got caught up in what's going on in the now and everyday things from the political spectrums. But nobody wants to hear it. They really don't. Nobody wants to hear the fact that you've been manipulated, you've been tricked, deceived, amused, and abused. Nothing will make you more matter than realize the truth that you've been played. That the freedom you thought you had, you didn't. As was proven at the very beginning of COVID, shut everything down and enforced their lockdowns. You couldn't even go worship in your sanctuaries, in your churches and temples. And all of our religious leaders bowed down, put their faith instead of God into the government, thinking the government is greater than their God and will protect them and save them and give them a cure, not their faith. That's what you did. That's what they did. That is the biggest hurdle and obstacle they had. And they pulled it off. Once they did that, it was over. Faith that made you fear something far greater than the faith you have in your own God. When that's the only thing we should ever fear. Oh, the irony of that. I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is the end of last year, we're getting ready for New Year's. Flat out said I do not give a go prediction because I think it's going to be far worse than what we've experienced today. And thus far, I've been right. It is far worse than we could imagine. Food shortages, another so-called pandemic. Threats of war. People not being festive because they can't. People being more depressed than ever because I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I don't know if I'm going to have a job or if I'm going to be able to, what prices are going to go up this week at the grocery store and what less I'm going to have to be able to buy. It is truly disheartening, difficult times we're in. We've been in these dark times before. History's shown us that. It's not going to be the first time. It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. That's the one beautiful thing that I've always loved about our history, our American history. We've always found ways to prevail. We've always found ways to put aside the divisions that they've created. You know why we never had another incident like 9/11? Because it united us, which is something they fear far worse. It brought us together. It also allowed some shady shit to happen in the background while we're distracted with our unity and wanting vengeance and retaliation. It set the road and precedent for what we're seeing now. Many of the laws that were written during the Patriot Act were designed for the times we're in now. You know, how did we get here? We have to look at our past. I mean, I go back to the 90s or late 80s, where things for work, I started seeing things start to come to a head. Things were being changed. Parents back then were having more of their parent powers stripped from them, the rights to control their kids, the rights to punish their kids. And we entered the stage where both parents need to work. Well, the whole time us kids are being indoctrinated with ideas. Well, you need to get your education, then you need to get to college, get your degree, get situated first before you marry and have kids. So where my generation, we were not having kids, or we accidentally had kids, because in the 90s there was a lot of accidental pregnancies. It happened. It really did. The 90s, our old generation was. Yeah, well, we lived up to that idea of no fear, ride or die attitude. But my generation seemed to have forgotten that as we grew up. As we waited to our 30s before we settled down, got our, I was like, get your own place, get your own country, get settled first. Then you get married and have your kids. Well, now it's gotten even worse. But that's when we first seen, the parents, both parents having to go to work. That's when we've seen the control being completely stripped from their parents. They had no control of their kids, no say. They left it to the education department. And now we've seen the education department where it's gotten to today, where it's sickening. I wouldn't send my kid to a private school, let alone a public school. But there's horror stories in the homeschooling department that most people don't talk about, or the few that have, most people don't have the audience to listen to. So, how it's being used and abused. Then we reach a point where parents finally standing up to the school boards, the school systems. We don't want this being taught to our kids. So our government stepping in, well, when you're a domestic terrorist, start labeling parents as domestic terrorists. I get it. Well, they're scary words. You know what's more scary? The fact that many of our children don't even know the real history of the founding of this country. That should scare you even more. Because those are the future, our future leaders, those are our future generals, our future people that's going to stand up for unethical violations to our human rights, to our liberties, our freedoms. Those are the people that are going to be running this country. We've seen what they have done to destroy our military. We've seen what they've done to destroy the concept of alpha males and alpha females. We've seen how they've turned movements and changed what their movements are. They're no longer the feminist movement. It's no longer the feminist movement that we knew of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. It's something completely different now. We've seen what Antifa does. We've seen what BLM does. It's not unity that they've created, it's division. It's the very thing that they accuse others of being that they're doing. And the fact is, every single life matters. We're all supposed to be brothers and sisters. We're all supposed to be each other's keepers and protectors. We're not supposed to be putting in another ethnicity, race, religion, creed, whatever, above another. We're all supposed to be equals. We're all supposed to have the freedoms and liberties to be who we are. We're all supposed to be the voice of those that don't have a voice. I've spoken to links about this. What is America? America is the beacon of hope to the world. When that beacon is snuffed out, well, that will be a scary time indeed. People that want to speak their mind, be free thinkers, speak what they have on their mind, get labeled so much. We become pariahs. And if that don't settle well, they'll find a way to get to you. They'll find a way. Let's just harass them the best way we can. He's doing the live stream. Let's file a false police report, and we'll just keep on doing it. Well, eventually you're going to become a pariah of that community too, because they're going to get tired of it. Your neighbors are going to get tired of seeing the cops and unmarked vehicles constantly coming to your place. It's a tactic. It's a dirty tactic. But it has an effect in your community. Because now you're a problem to the community. You're causing a disruption in your community. It's not actually you that's doing it, but hey, you're the root of the problem. You got to go. Or the one time it's to a point where it gets far worse. There are horror stories out there about that. Swatting is not cool. But it's become a dirty little tactic that they've used now. And it really does. You start becoming a pariah within your community. You know, we've forgotten that old saying, sticks and stones can break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Give a fuck what you think about me, say about me? Really don't. You're not me. You have nothing. Because I'm not going to give anybody that power. I'm the only one that has that power. And if I allow you to do that, I'm giving you power. Words only have power if you give them. You control those things, not somebody else. If I offend you, I'm not going to sit here and apologize for it. Good. I did my job. I made you think and question something about yourself. So obviously, there's something within you that made you react and take an offense. You're the one that needs to go look in the mirror and figure it out. Why are you giving me that power over you? That's part of the psychological warfare that's going on. They want you subjugated. They want you on your knees, begging for forgiveness, begging for handouts, begging for scraps. They want you compliant. And many have become compliant because they've given somebody else power over them, over their own voices. They become so scared to speak what's truly on their mind and fear that it's going to offend somebody. The biggest reason we got here is we, as a whole, allowed us to get here. In the end, yeah, we can blame all these government officials and administrations and what